too popular can be such a hassle. Who knew the people would adore me so much?
The perfect distance! Going somewhere? Ha! The perfect distance! Going somewhere? Perfect distance!
We'll meet again. Let's end this now! We'll meet again. We'll meet again. meet again. Let's end this now! Let's end this now!
Ad Ast. Thank you for complete. Yoo-hoo!
Check this out!
Ready. Time to testify.
Let my name echo in song! No touching! Next time.
Don't get too close!
Loaded. Where evil lurks, shoot on sight.
Supporting fire! Ah!
Born of ice and frost. All hail!
Ready.
Access denied. Time to shine! Stop that! May I present?
Hunt them down.
Check this out!
Into the shadows.
Didn't see... Ah! The show begins!
Don't get too close! Here's backup!
No touching!
Check this out! Time! Ka!
Loaded.
Access denied. For Rex Lapis! May I present?
Time to testify.
Don't get too close!
Ready.
Supporting fire!
Let the world collide! No touching! Ah!
Fire it up!
Born of ice and...
Where evil lurks, shoot on sight.
The show begins!
Loaded.
I got you covered! Check this out!
Access denied.
shadows. Hunt them down.
Let my name echo in song! Born of ice and frost.
Fire it up!
All hail!
Here's backup! Check this out!
Strike a pop!
Ready. Time to testify. Kyah! Kyah! Kyah!
Don't get too close!
Let the world collide! No touching! Shower me with the...
Supporting fire! Fire it up!
Come on! Focus! Access denied!
Don't get too close!
Blaze over!
Where evil lurks, shoot on sight. Loaded.
Born of ice and frost. Yoo-hoo!
Here's backup! Huh?
Let my name echo in song!
Into the shadows. Time to testify.
No touching!
Check this out!
Loaded.
Access denied.
Where evil lurks, shoot on sight.
Shower me with prey!
Born of ice and frost. All hail.
Supporting fire!
Time to shine!
Hunt them down.
Yoo-hoo!
Don't get too close!
We're way behind schedule.
Shower me with praise! How dare you! Ah!
Access denied. Blaze over.
Let my name echo in song! Yoo-hoo!
way behind schedule.
Shower me with praise!
Born of ice and frost.
Let the world collide!
Here's Becca!
I can fix that. My contract goes
Show begins!
Fire it up!
If these items are unclaimed, we may take them without controversy. Into the shadows.
access denied. We're way behind schedule.
When the Marechaussee Phantom searched Pierre's house, there was no sign of these barrels, right? You're right. That doesn't seem like his way of doing things. Only the lower halves of the barrels appear to have been submerged in water.
Aha! Just as we thought. This is where the imitation synth was being made. Looks like he's got more than just imitation synth stashed around here. In addition to the raw materials needed to synthesize the substance itself, these cleaning agents are likely used to dispel traces of the substance, like its smell. The Special Patrol did some digging into imitation synth. Our records indicate that it's very difficult for ordinary people to detect traces left behind by the stuff. It must have taken a considerable amount of time and skill to ensure all those traces get washed away. But what are these other drugs for?
The material these bags are made of, it's quite rare. It's the very same, actually. Romaritime flower fiber. But there's something special about the composition of these bags. I took a closer look, and it appears they're not only waterproof, but also corrosion and leak resistant. Even the strings look specially designed to keep the bags closed nice and tight. I came across some bags made of the same material just now, but they were much smaller and thinner. Very similar, actually. Normally, it would be easy for a guard poodle to sniff out the imitation synth, but if it was sealed away in a bag like that, it might be possible to elude detection for some time. But what could these big bags be for then? If the goal is to keep the imitation synth hidden and sealed away, these bags seem a bit too conspicuous.
Based on the various ingredients we've found, this appears to be where Pierre was cooking up his imitation synth. It looks like he used a special cleaning agent to get rid of any residual traces of the substance on his person before he left. That's how he was able to get past the guard poodles.
So then he transferred the imitation synth into small sealed bags and took it somewhere else for the drop-off.
No. I don't believe our suspect is the kind of person who'd go around carrying incriminating evidence with him. That would potentially create too many eyewitnesses. The cleaning agent and the sealed bags might get past the guard poodles, but if a member of the public or even a guard on patrol happened to see him during the drop-off, a quick search would reveal everything. That's still a very risky operation.
The barrels we found were wet around the base, but the top half was dry. As if they'd been standing upright in the water. If you put a barrel in the water, it will normally float on its side. Unless it's heavily loaded, in which case it'll sink.
Yes. With flotation rings around the body of the barrels, they'd stay upright in the water. And then he could afford to load them more fully.
You think he used floating barrels? I suppose if he acted at night, when there are very few other boats around and visibility is low, it's a valid theory. We can't rule it out.
But then, wouldn't the barrels be carried off by the waves or the currents? How would the person doing the pickup know where to look?
Traveler, can you come take a dip in the sea with me? I have a feeling that somewhere down there, we might find some rope. The wreckage of a small boat? This isn't the place. This isn't the place. Got it. Time to go up and report. As expected, we found a few pieces of rope and some anchoring stones underwater. If you attach them to a floating barrel, it would look like this. With this anchoring system, it would be possible to use floating barrels for the drop-off. You would just need to drop them in the water at the agreed-upon location. We also came across the wreckage of a small boat. It must have been left out on the water and capsized due to the force of the wind and waves. Its small size, however, would have made it perfect for staying undetected.
Let's talk this through. Based on the evidence we've collected, it seems like Pierre would row a small boat out to the agreed-upon transfer point, drop off the barrels, leave, and then row back and retrieve them after the transfer was complete.
It could be that he was trying to avoid meeting up with his associate face-to-face. As one of the sole survivors of the Lefebvre family, maybe he was just used to that sort of elusive lifestyle.
It seems like Pierre deliberately chose the floating barrel method so that the goods could be dropped off and picked up at separate times. That way, the two parties wouldn't have to meet each other.
Well, if that's the case, they must not have a very close working relationship.
Let's not jump to any conclusions just yet. Assumptions can be detrimental to solving a case. It's possible they were just trying to keep a low profile. Two boats sailing to the same location at once could be too conspicuous. The most important thing is that we can now confirm Pierre wasn't acting alone. The floating barrel drop-off system is proof enough of that. Let's say for now that he was only in charge of producing the imitation synth. That would mean there has to be at least one other person involved in the operation, likely in charge of transporting the goods across the border.
Since we've determined that the goods were transported by boat, maybe we can track down some travel logs or something.
We can certainly check the various ports for that information. It's possible, however, that Pierre's associate also used a small boat for the transport, and docked along the shore rather than at a large port. Absolutely. Before Pierre disappeared, we made sure to investigate all sorts of outward-bound vessels. We also had port authorities keep a lookout for anything suspicious. Unfortunately, we were never able to find out how they managed to get the imitation synth across the border. You're right. Whatever vessel was used for the pickup, the person responsible for smuggling the substance out of Fontaine would have had to use a larger vessel for the actual transport. That's the only way they would be able to smuggle on a large enough scale to make a profit. They must have found a way to disguise the imitation synth to clear port inspections. Exactly. We can't let any opportunities slip through the cracks. Although, given the amount of ports that could be involved, we should probably split up.
I'll run home and ask some of my brothers and sisters to try and dig up some information.
I should also head back and update my platoon on our progress. I'll grab some reinforcements while I'm at it. Lynette, Traveler, why don't you head to Lumideus Harbor and see what you can find out?
All right. Come on, Bonnie. You too.
Oh, Lynette, Traveler. And Bonnie, too. What brings you all here?
Did something happen?
Oh. I see. Thank you for everything you're doing for the people of Fontaine. I'm in charge of guarding the port. You mentioned you were after some travel logs, right? I can go fetch those for you.
Looks like I've got another hard day of work ahead of me. No, not usually. It's this incident that happened recently. Before that, everything was normal. All we had to do was confiscate anything suspicious and we could call it a day. Pretty simple stuff. But things are much more complicated now. We somehow let suspicious cargo pass through the port undetected. Not even our guard poodles were able to sniff it out. Even worse, we still don't know how the perpetrator was able to conceal the goods so well.
By suspicious cargo, do you mean imitation synth?
Yep. However, prohibited substances are just one example. We confiscate all sorts of contraband during the course of our inspections. Or at least, we're supposed to.
So what happens to the goods you confiscate?
Oh, we keep them in a storage locker. If they turn out to be something particularly dubious, we'll turn them over to the Maison Orderly. If the goods are only slightly suspicious but could otherwise be harmless, like raw materials that could potentially be used to create contraband, we return them to the ship they were confiscated from, instead of letting them pass through the port.
Sorry for the wait. These are the travel logs for all the recent activity at the port.
Oh, you brought Gerard with you.
Actually, he followed me here himself. It's like he smells something on me. Huh. I wonder why Gerard is reacting to you two so strongly.
Huh? We were so careful not to touch it, but we still ended up with traces on us. If it leaves a residue so easily, I just don't understand how the culprit was able to disguise the goods at all.
Why don't you have a look at the travel logs first? All ships coming in and out of the port are recorded here, except for the ones the port authorities ride to and from work.
The Humane Society. Their name is all over the exit logs. The purpose for leaving is always listed as overseas adoption.
Ah, the director of the organization explained that, actually. He said a lot of the cat and dog breeds unique to Fontaine are also very popular overseas. So, his organization offers an overseas adoption program.
Bernard, the director of the Humane Society, was the man who came looking for Bonnie earlier. Have you figured it out too, Traveler? The way the criminal disguised the goods? When Bernard asked to take a closer look at Bonnie, he was actually checking whether there was any imitation synth in her stomach.
Wait, what?
The sealed bags we found at the secret base. They were specially made to be corrosion resistant. There were gaps around the lids of the barrels, and airbags were used to keep them upright in the water. Those drug shovers found at the secret base. She most likely didn't recognize them because they're not used on human beings. It's an anesthetic used on pets. The perpetrator must have given it to the animals. Pierre must have made the animals swallow the sealed bags full of imitation synth at his secret base. Then he stuffed them into floating barrels and left the rest to Bernard.
The sealed bags combined with an animal's body odor would certainly be enough to mask the scent of imitation synth.
During our inspections, we would have never thought to inspect the bellies of those animals for anything suspicious. Even if we tried to feel around for something, I'm sure it would be difficult to detect.
Exactly. I bet Bernard even transported animals with synth in their stomach alongside ones without. That way, it would be even harder to say with certainty that something was amiss. She's probably in the clear. Otherwise, Bernard would have never left without her. I'm guessing he didn't know whether Pierre had already hidden the next batch of imitation synth before he fled. Just imagine. He sees the notice we put in the Steambird, and it turns out that one of the very cats he gave to Pierre for the smuggling operation is out in the open, roaming the streets of Fontaine. If Pierre had already hidden the next batch of imitation synth, then Bonnie would practically be living proof of their crimes. He would have had no choice but to go after her.
So, that's why he came to find you and insisted on taking a closer look at the cat.
Wait a second, I'm a little lost here. I get the part about hiding the substance in the pets, but those... what did you call them again? Floating barrels? Why even put the animals in there in the first place? If you've got something as convenient as a floating barrel, why not just stuff it with the imitation synth directly? Why not wait to hide the stuff until after the exchange has been made?
In order to make sure the animals could swallow the sealed bags, they made them extremely thin. Had they not done that, the animals would have likely bitten or chewed through them. That step would have required a lot of energy, as well as a certain amount of technical expertise. So, it was better left to the more experienced Pierre. We've already proven how easy it is to pick up trace amounts of imitation synth, so I'm sure Bernard was taking all the precautions he could to avoid the same fate.
Okay. Then, let's head to the Humane Society right away and bring that guy to justice. I'll bring a Gardamek to speed up the process.
Shoo.
The headquarters of the Humane Society should be somewhere around here. Bernard could show up any moment now.
Ah, you're the people from earlier. Wait, you're from the guards?
After him! We can't let him get away! Give it up, Bernard.
Mercy. Have mercy. I'll talk. I'll tell you everything I know.
The Humane Society has done so much good over the years, and yet you have committed such an atrocious deed in its name.
Look, I didn't have a choice, okay? My father cared about those blasted animals so much, he didn't bother to take care of his human wife and son at all. While those animals were showered with love, I lived worse than a dog.
No one asked. Tell me, how did you first get to know Pierre?
Well, after I took over the Humane Society, it gradually became harder and harder to maintain its operations. Until one day, someone suddenly passed me a letter. It said that I could stand to get a large sum of money as long as I helped them to transport some animals abroad. It was only after a few such transports that I finally understood what I was really transporting. But then, Pierre wrote to me, saying that we were already partners in crime and that I better keep cooperating with him if I didn't want to be reported to the guards.
You knew it from the very beginning, didn't you? The reason why you had to go through so many steps just to transport some animals.
I'd suggest that you confess everything right now if you don't want to add anything else to your list of crimes.
Yes, officer. I would order wooden barrels and flotation devices according to his instructions, and then load the sleeping animals onto a boat. Once I sailed to the location he provided, I would dump everything together into the sea. And a few days after that, I'd come by again in my boat and pick up the animals sleeping in the barrels. Once I had received enough of them, I'd bring them to the harbor to be adopted abroad. That guy, Pierre, he was running the entire show. He set up all the meeting times and found all the foreign adopters. Oh, and he even supplied all of the goods, too. I just did the transport. He was the one who planned out and executed everything else. Look, I don't know, okay? I've never ever met him in person. We've only ever communicated through letters.
And when did he send his final letter to you?
Just last night, he said that the Marechaussee Phantom is now after him, so he's planning to go into hiding for some time. He didn't mention where he's thinking about going, though, but he did tell me to look out for the guards.
It's been a few days since Pierre's last appearance. I'd wager that he sent that letter after he found his hiding spot.
I burned them. It was on his orders. I had to burn every letter after reading them. I wasn't even allowed to share them with the rest of the Society employees.
Sure sounds like you're trying to use the lack of witnesses or evidence to pin the blame on Pierre.
No, I swear, this time I'm only telling you the truth.
Well, we can check the truth of your statements at the Opera House. I hope you know what'll be coming for you if I were to find any discrepancy between the evidence and the testimony you just gave.
I know, I swear I was just telling the truth.
My thanks to you both. Had it not been for you, I really don't know what would have happened to this case.
Bonnie helped, too.
That's true. It was all thanks to her that Bernard was finally exposed. And it looks like she's grown quite fond of you two as well. Then I'll leave you be. Just let me know if you find any other new leads.
It was that obvious, huh? Well, even though it didn't feel like Bernard was lying, after talking to him, I'm getting an even stronger sense that something's not quite right. We investigated so quickly that perhaps we've missed a thing or two along the way. Let me activate deduction mode and consider things again from the top to see if we can find anything new. Is there still anything unresolved or strange that we should try to consider? Bernard claims to have received a letter last night from Pierre. In the letter, Pierre stated that he had gone into hiding. Is there something wrong with the letter? There's no need to rush. Let's see if we can find any other suspicious points about this case. The Marechaussee Phantom found Bonnie and the Lefebvre pendant at Pierre's residence. That was the beginning point of our investigation. There's no need to rush. Well, we've discovered that Bernard is responsible for the trafficking, while Pierre deals with supplying the goods. Is there something else in this scheme that we're... There's no need to rush. Let's see if we can find any other suspicious points about this case.
Now behave, and follow me to the interrogation room.
Ow! That hurt. Ow!
Is everything really over? I still feel like the relationship between Pierre and Bernard is not as simple as it appears. Also, I've had this strange sense that something's off the entire time we've been on the case. Ugh. No good. I've still got nothing, and I'm nearly out of energy. All right. I'll stop thinking about it, for now. At the very least, we've made it so that no more animals will suffer like those poor animals did. And that's what I hope. Let's go to the Humane Society, and see if there are any animals left that might still need our help, before my energy for today completely runs out. I didn't like that. Was I using it wrong? Maybe if I just... Clearly, there's some design flaws to iron out. Let's see... 4. Well, if you want to get the right answer, you... So, to put it another way... Or... Thank you. This one is final, I promise. Here, take the fatometer. If it's 5 or above, that means fate successfully changed. Anything lower than 5 is a fail. Also, if you have your own thoughts about what I should do, feel free to share it. Now that I've got a good problem solver here to help, I don't need to run every little thing by fate. Huh? What you're saying is, since nobody's come looking, I can just keep hanging out with Bonnie for a bit longer? Is that really okay? Maybe not. Besides, if someone does come looking for me or Bonnie and finds me just chilling out with a cat, I feel like I'd have a lot of explaining to do. Back to the drinks reception. Nope, I said it was your decision. I'm not gonna waste any more energy dragging my feet. Besides, the drinks reception is technically part of the job as an official publicity event. I might get sued for breach of contract, and that would be a huge pain in the butt. One other thing. Do you want to come with me? If you're free, I mean. Thanks.
I've faced many.
I didn't like... Clearly, there's some design flaw. Let's see... Back to the drinks Nope. Besides, the drinks reception is... I might get sued for... one other thing. Do you want to come with... Thanks. I didn't like that. Alright. So, we're looking for Bonnie's owner? There's 20 cards in total, numbered 1 to 20. So there's only a 1 in 5 chance of drawing less than a 5. I should also mention, this time the cutoff was 5, but I just set that to wherever I feel like. To put it in perspective, I said I'd only do the show if I drew a 1. I didn't like that. Huh? What you're saying is that really... You make a good point. Okay, well... So, stick around here in standby mode? Yeah, That suits me. Oh, good idea. Bonnie's definitely hungry. May as well. We could be here a while. When I was trying to find somewhere I could space out... Alright then. Plan of action, spend the whole day spacing out. I mean, in standby mode. We investigated... Is there still any... Bernard claims... If Bonnie had imitation synth in her... And thinking about it, could it be that the Marechaussee Phantom... There's no need to rush. Well... There's no need to rush. Perhaps we...
Now behave, and...
Ow! That hurt.
lead the way. Seems as per our contract. Strike a pose! No touching!
Hunt them down. Ready.
For Rex Lapis! Headlining Echo in Song! Access denied. Next on the born of... Entering combat mode.
Into the shadows.
May I no touching! Born of ice and frost. Surprise! Be amazed! No touching!
Defeated.
Access denied. All hail! Shower me with this! No touching! Yoo-hoo!
Loaded.
on the... The show begins!
Time to testify. Into the shadows.
Time to shine! Let the magic begin! Step on up! I'm a little low on energy. Access denied. Blaze over. Next on the... Cue the clock!
Evil Rose. Shoot on sight. Ready.
Let the world come alive! No touching! For Rex Lapis!
Hunt them down. Into the shadows.
Born of ice and frost. Over here. Be amazed. This is long overdue. We're way behind schedule.
Moving.
Let my name echo in song. Access denied.
Time to testify.
Step on up. Born of ice and frost. Yoo-hoo! Did I miscalculate? No touching! Time to shine!
Ready.
Over here! We're way behind schedule. Surprise! Born of ice and frost. No touching!
Into the shadows.
Over here! Let the magic begin! Surprise! The show begins!
Ready.
Born of...
Into the shadows. Where evil lives. Shoot on sight.
agenda. No touching. Over here. Yeah! Entering standby mode. I hope no. Add Astra.
This opportunity is quite hard to come by. Well then, amuse me. Surrender is a valid option. I promise I'll be gentle. Try this.
Surprise! Born of ice and frost.
Evil looks. Shoot on sight.
Let the magic begin! No touching.
Not bad.
Didn't
not
quite touch
bad.
it.
Guess I should take you more seriously.
How brilliant!
Break!
Access denied. Yeah. For Rex Lapis. Step on up. The show begins. Surprise! Yeah! Let my name echo in song! May I...
Into the shadows.
You
Cleared your name. I am defeated.
overeat.
Your strength is praiseworthy. I too shall show glory.
Access denied. Surprise! How brilliant! No touching. Step on up. Strike a pose. Access denied. Surprise! No touching. All hail. Shower me with praise. Over here. Cue the spot. Born of ice and frost.
Some you win, and some you lose.
You're trembling. Is it the cold or just cowardice?
Strike a pose! Over here!
You cleared your way.
May I present? Didn't quite dodge it. Step on up. Yeah! Access denied. Send one, send them all.
You're trembling. Is it the cold or just cowardice?
The show begins. Phew. Surprise! God's over! Huh?
Yeah.
Time to shine! May I present? Go!
Tactless rodent.
Over here! Let the magic begin!
Detestable.
The show begins!
Into the frozen void.
Quit it! This isn't good.
Tactless into the frozen void.
Stop that! Huh? How brilliant!
Into the frozen void.
Step on up. Time to go! Over here! May I be amazed! Surprise!
The Tsaritsa's benevolence has no place for transgressors.
The show begins! Huh? Over here! Shower me with praise! Surprise!
Yeah!
Strike a
Like
pose!
British. Not even ashes will remain.
Let the world collide! wound will heal. Over here.
Ready.
Let the magic begin. Strike a pose. Step on up. Yeah. Embrace your searing reckoning. Not even ashes will remain. Embrace your searing reckoning. Come, put over here. Higher, higher, hands on fire. Embrace your searing reckoning. Dance, my pretties.
The campaign begins.
You're trembling. Is it the cold or just cowardice? Go! There is no escape! Ha! Ha! Detestable! Step on up! Into the frozen void! Now you shall perish!
Detach from the world.
The Tsaritsa's benevolence has no place for transgressors! The show begins! Be amazed! Yeah, over here! Illusion shattered! Tactless rodent! Surprise! Dog's over! There is no escape! Time to shine! May I over here! See? Go! Stefana! Strike a pose!
Illusion shattered! Torn to oblivion! Dance, my pretties!
Surprise!
Shine down! There is no escape!
Over here! May I present?
I'll put up a fight!
Time to go!
Not every wound will heal!
Let the magic begin!
Shine down! Inazuma shines eternal! The thunder pulse! Embrace your searing reckoning! Embrace
The show begins!
reckoning!
Let my name echo in song!
Embrace your searing reckoning! Not every
here.
wound will heal! Who dares call me a witch? Illusion shattered! Detached from the world.
May I present? Surprise! Didn't quite dodge it. This is trouble.
Not even ashes will remain. Embrace your searing reckoning.
The show begins. Over here. How dare you!
The thunder falls.
My blade will lead us through the shadows.
Be amazed! Step on up! Surprise! Dog's over! Go!
Time to testify. Loaded.
Enough! Over here! Step on up! This isn't good.
Into the shadows.
Cue the spotlight. The show begins. Surprise! Time to go! you. May I present? Let the world collide! Over here! Yeah! We're companions! Hooray! Yeah. Yeah. That didn't count. Time for a light show. The show begins!
Evil lords, shoot on sight into the shadows.
Stop that! The fuse is lit! Oh, that hurt.
I guess the housework can wait.